Hello everyone, I'm Lynette and this is Charmed Grammy Crochet. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Today we are going to talk about several things. I have lots on the agenda. First of all, looky, I'm wearing my Billy's Beaches. Thanks to Cass for making these for us. Cass from Cass Crafts. I will link her. I've started taking notes on who I need to link so I don't forget. If you are unfamiliar with Billy's Beaches, a group of us from Zoom rented a house for a week and went to Sarasota, Florida. And there's a hashtag Billy's Beaches or Billy's Beaches 21, and you can join in and see all the shenanigans of what we did that week. I was only there for the beginning of the week because my work schedule wouldn't allow me more time than that. But when I was there and then thereafter, a great time was had by all. And I know that people are putting up some videos of the shenanigans. It was a great time. And I think you'll enjoy watching what happened. But while I was there, I was Nicole from Nikki Boo from Addicted to Yarn was poor Nikki. She was tasked, she tasked herself, she did this to herself to teach me to knit. And so I started with some cabled metal needles, which I really liked, but the cables were cumbersome for me for this small project. So I pulled out, I had some clovers, and we're using a 4.5. No, wait, I think these are boy. These are 4.5 millimeter, which is what I was using. And she was teaching me the knit stitch. And I was doing pretty good, except after I left her, I dropped this stitch and I didn't know how to fix it. So I just kept going because it's just a practice piece and, you know, maybe it'll be a washcloth. And then later on, I made another mistake right there. I don't know what this little thing is here, but this is the knit stitch. And I don't know if oh, that's the back, I think. And I think this is the front. And all in all, not too terrible. This is yarn. I think this is Peyton yarn. I don't know. I had some scrap yarn and it doesn't have a label, so I really don't know what it is. Then when I got home, I thought I want to learn the purl stitch because I really love in knitting that stitch that looks like these. It makes beautiful sweaters. I have sweaters like from the store that stitch with the V's. And I've been told that's the purl stitch. That's my favorite knit stitch. I mean, I don't know any, but I like the look of that particular stitch, and I would love to make sweaters for myself or anybody else in the family that, or whatever that wants them, but I would make sweaters all the time if I could figure that out. So I went on YouTube and I visited a couple of tutorials that said, learn how to do the knit stitch. And I have some knit stitch. I'm doing the same thing, and I don't know if you can really tell, but there are knit stitches in here, and I'm doing the same thing, and I'm getting a purl stitch at the same time. So I don't know. I'm going to need to go into Zoom and say, Nikki, what the heck am I doing? Because I still don't know how to use a lifeline. And I guess I could YouTube that question, but I don't know how to go back and fix when I make a mistake like that. And I don't know why my knit stitch has pearls in it. I watched 3 videos, and the third one was like how to do it faster, and I think he screwed me up. Not him particularly. I think I screwed myself up watching him. I'm not sure. But this is my second attempt at knitting. At least it's more square. I have gained stitches throughout this, but the stitches are small and it's really hard to tell. And I do now realize why I've gained stitches, because before I could never figure it out, but I have now knitted enough stitches, and it's very stretchy, which is kind of cool. I have knitted enough stitches to realize what I'm doing when I am doing the knit stitch. And for those of you that don't knit, this isn't going to make a lot of sense, but so now if I can remember the knit stitch, you go in like this and you wrap your yarn around and then you pull it through. I mean, this is not a tutorial and I'm not trying to teach you how to knit, but and when you come off of here, and now you have the stitch on this needle and not on that needle, and the stitch that was on this needle, which is right here. Sometimes I think I wasn't getting both, so sometimes I'm pulling through and I ended up like this with both stitches, the one that's supposed to stay on the hook or the needle and the one that's not supposed to. Oh dear, I just screwed that up. Nikki, 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 I don't know how to fix it, but we're going to try. There's going to be a boo-boo again in my work. That's all right, I don't care. Like I said, it's just a practice piece. So, oh, I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Anyway, I realized that sometimes the one that's on this hook, supposed to go to this hook, sometimes ends up on this hook too. And that's how I've gained stitches, because then when you go back and now although mine are on here, I've added one. And so they're like really close together and I'm like, gosh, what? I caught myself doing that and then realized that's when those stitches were really close together. I bet that's what I was doing. So good news is I figured out what I was doing wrong to add the stitches. At least I think that's what I was doing wrong, to add the stitches. But you know, it's a work in progress. And I think, and people that knit probably think I'm crazy, but I think knitting is harder than crocheting. You have to deal with both hands doing motion, particularly in the purl stitch, the one that I like, the one that makes the V. That stitch is like backwards to the other stitch. But regardless, I'm just keep knitting, just keep knitting. I know Madonna, but I really want to be able to make sweaters. And if I learn the stitch and can make sweaters, I'll make one for you too. And I'll even make it in green. It's a challenge one day. One day that will happen. Cross your fingers if you want a sweater. You live in a cold climate, Madonna. You need a sweater. So then, so that is the learning to knit, and that is the Billy's Beaches and the t-shirt. I made a list so I don't forget anything. If you did not see, I did make, and I'm going to put a little over here so I can see when I'm editing. I did make a tutorial for the bowl cozies, and I made 2 more of them. One so I could write the pattern, and 2 to film for the tutorial because people asked for one. So the written pattern is in the description box of the tutorial, which I will link the tutorial. And I'll put a picture. That's why I'm doing this, so I know. Put a picture in here. I'll put a picture of the 2 ones that I completed, but I can't show them to you in person because Chloe took them already. She was here over the weekend and I finished them and said, here, take these. So I did not have an opportunity to make a video on them. But they turned out pretty cool, and I've already had responses of people saying that they make them. I think really it should probably, if you're a fast crocheter, half an hour, 45 minutes, definitely under an hour. Even if you're not a fast crocheter, under an hour. And I do kind of explain how to adjust for different size bowls because not everybody's going to have the same size bowl. So there's that. I'm going to check that off the list now. Talk about that. My hair is falling out. Okay. Then I am working on, as you all know, Nan's Next Knot, and I have not shown my Luck of the Draw 4 for 2 weeks. She draws on Thursdays, and Thursday 2 weeks ago, I was so busy getting ready for Florida that I did not have time to work on it. And then this week, I did work on this week's and last week's, and I put them all together, and they're in, and now I want to show you how it's turning out. So I don't know the order that these colors came in, but I used this yarn again. This is the second time we had this one. This is worsted 8 yarn by Hirschner's in the color Lime. So that was one of my squares. And then we had a new color. This is number, if I can get it out of my little basket. This is, oh, my label is coming off. This is a Stitch Studio Classic. This was an AC Moore yarn. Totally love this yarn. It's so soft and squishable. And they used to sell it at such a great price. Anyway, this, excuse me, is 100% acrylic. The color is Spring. And it was my number 8 color. So this is the first time this color has been introduced. We still have one color, number 1. And on mine, I believe that's a red that hasn't been introduced. And my colors are, we're week 14, and I have 8 red and 6 black, so, or 6 green. So at this point now, I don't really care what the color is. I have lots of green in the center, so I kind of am hoping for a red. Maybe even a red number 1. So, because we haven't done that color yet. So let's see. It starts, it's getting big. Not huge, but just big. So it starts, I think, yeah, we started with a red. Yeah, so I went 4 across. So we started with this red, and then that red, and then that red, and then I got the green. Oh. And then I went down to this next green. We started getting greens, a lot of greens. Oh, wait, I think maybe I'm doing it backwards. Oh, I am. I'm showing you the back side. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we started with this red. That's it. We started with this red, and then we went to this red, and this red, and then we finally got a green, and then this red came in, and another green, and some more reds. These 2 reds were the same on top of each other. Then we come around to that dark red again, and the green, and another green, and that bright red, and then the last 2 weeks, this same green is here, this bright green here, this is the lime, and then this is the new color right there, the spring. So as you can see, they're kind of bunching up. I got reds all together, and now I got greens all together. When I lay it on the floor, it's very patchworky looking. I know some people like Joe with Joe CD from Joe's Web are like, because the colors are kind of all over the place. I kind of like all over the place. That is kind of my style. I like clutter and disarray. I know, who likes clutter? My house is a little too cluttered even for me right now, but I don't like anything to be plain. It's too much space. I don't know. I'm sure that if you had a psychology degree, you'd have a reason for that, but like my walls all look like collage walls. I can't stand a blank wall. I like more stimulation. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just a little hyperactive in the brain and I can't stand the plainness. It's lacks stimulation maybe. So the fact that the colors are kind of getting all over the place kind of fits my personality. I would not wear paisleys and stripes together though. I mean, I'm not that kind of crazy, but look, I will show you. Just look at the wall. Me. Lots going on there. Okay, I'm back. And all my walls are like that. They're all busy. I know it makes my daughter even crazy, but if they're not busy, I'm crazy. So that's the way it goes. And I like having pictures of my family. So if I ever had to sell this house, I would have to repaint every wall because it would be so full of holes from taking pictures down of my family and our excursions and whatever. It would be crazy because I have collage walls of family photos on every wall. In my old yarn room, I had those shelves up with, I'm sure if you go back in the videos, you would see, and there's like just family photos, the whole 3 shelves jam-packed. You can't put another picture in there. That's what I like. So anyway, now we're doing the Secret Yarnery Cal. Secret Yarnery Cal 21, I think is 2021. And it's like a stitch sampler. Well, she's making 1 square a month, or you could make a baby blanket every month. I'm just doing 1 square a month. And we're on month 10. This is Krista from The Secret Yarnery, and she said that she was going to start putting out a video every 2 weeks because we still have to do we had two more months to go, but we still have to have a join video and a border video. And so if people wanted to give these as Christmas gifts, like, she's got to step it up. I decided that my blanket in a 12x4 was, or with 12 squares, 4x3 wasn't going to be big enough for the gift that I want to give it for that person. So I decided to make it, to add, I was doing 3 squares of 4 different colors to make it a rainbow blanket. But like I said, I decided that wasn't going to be big enough. And I added 2 more colors to fill out the rainbow a little bit better and to make the blanket a little bit longer. So I started putting them together. I added, well, I'll show you in a minute. So now I'm just randomly going through the 10 that she has, the 10 patterns she has out for this, and picking, you know, doing this one and doing that one over again in the new additional colors that I chose. I guess it's more than 2 colors. I think I chose 3 more colors. So right now I'm working on this one. I believe this is the pattern number 4 or 5. And it's the diamonds. So you make a diamond, like the solid part makes a diamond, and then the not solid part also makes a diamond, if you can see that. Let me see. So it's real pretty. And it doesn't take very long. I think this one is the longest video. Most of the videos are, I'm going to say, 20 minutes or under. This video is a long video to do, but to actually work the pattern, it doesn't take long. And so I'm doing that one in pink. And then I had started putting them together. And since I'm doing a pastel rainbow colors, I picked this yarn out, and this is the Dreamweaver yarn that I can't get anymore from that real cheap store. But it has most of the colors in there. It does not have a lavender in here, and I have a lavender in my blanket. But it looks, I think it looks really good with the join in this color. So it's big, guys. It's a lot longer than what I anticipated. I don't know what I was thinking when I went 6 colors. I just wanted it to be bigger. So I was thinking I'm going to go like 6 long, 5 wide. I don't know. I might go 6 long, 4 wide. I think it'll still be plenty big. So we have, I have 2 done of every color. And you see the join. I think it looks good. And then the oranges, and I went, you know, I googled the colors of the rainbow in the order. It starts with red, but I used pink, and then we went yellow to green to blue to lavender. So I do have 12 squares made and sewn together. I have now to put it back together. So it's really long. I didn't measure it, but it is a good length. And I wanted it to go so that if you like laid it over the back of a couch, you could lay it over and see all the colors of the rainbow together. So that's why I'm putting it together this way. But then I guess you could, if you laid it the other way, it wouldn't show all the colors or whatever. Whatever. She'll do whatever she wants with it. I do have 4 of the green, orange, and yellow already made, but I can't put them in because I'm doing a crochet, you know, join as you go border, and this border is from The Secret Yarnery. It's called the braided border or something, the braided join, I think. So I have to finish this pink square before I can add any more squares to the blanket. And then I can add the next 3 colors, but I don't have any more purple or blue squares either. The purple is the 4th color that I was adding to the rainbow before I decided to add more colors. So I'm kind of, I hope I am not going to be stuck. I could just do whatever colors, it doesn't matter, to add to the last 2 squares that go with the crochet along. Does that make sense? But it's 30 squares. It's going to be 24 or 30 squares either way. So if I get to the 24 squares and I'm tired of it, then, or it's too close to Christmas or whatever, then I'll stop there. But I do have, I put all of these together yesterday. So last night in the evening. So it wasn't too bad. They go together pretty quickly. And I'm using a 6.5 or 7 millimeter hook for making the squares, depending on the square. And I'm joining with a 5.5 millimeter. So I have 4 skeins of this, and I've used up this much of one skein, like half. These are 7-ounce skeins. No, these are 5-ounce skeins. I do believe I have 4. I don't know if I have any more upstairs, but I brought 4 down. And I'm thinking I'll do the border in that, but then I'm also kind of thinking the border would be really cool if I do the join and then go around it like with one time with thinking a mesh border, just, you know, chain 4, whatever, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, but not do it in the same, you know, like, so it's like a fishnet, you know. So do 1 row of the border color, or the join color, the variegated, and then do a row of pink, and then a row of orange, and a row of yellow, and a row, you know, to match the blanket. I'm thinking I might do that. That'll be a long border, though. I don't know. I think it would be pretty and colorful. What do you think? Just do a couple of rows of this if I have enough, or and then end it with another row of this, providing I have enough. I kind of really like that idea, but the mesh might be too much for the mesh if I'm like 6 or 7 rows of mesh. What do you think? Those of you that are, and I do have a book of borders, so I could look for another border. I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I think if I had just the rows of each color would be kind of pretty. But let me know in the comments below what you think. And let's see, I think I have everything listed on my list now. Now, don't forget to join my, and I will link that video too. Let's see, I got a bowl cozy and 3K giveaway. Don't forget to watch that one. I'm pulling the name on the 1st of November, so what, 5 or 6 more days. The winner will be there. Oh, and you guys, Sandy from Crochet Canada emailed me after she saw my 3K giveaway video and said, hey, you didn't include me. And Sandy, I apologize. I was, it was a brain fart. And Sandy has very nicely offered to donate yarn or something into my giveaway as well, which, how sweet of her to do that. And I'm not going to tell her no. And I think yay, 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 but don't feel obligated, ma'am, because I'm going to have other giveaways. The idea was that I was going to buy something from people that helped me along the way. And I didn't realize that you sold patterns in your Etsy shop. I thought that you only sold your created works, which, not that I wouldn't want to buy those and put those in the giveaway, but that would be like above and beyond. So, and I knew that your sister had an Etsy shop as well. And I hadn't even thought of putting, you know, her in there, Charlene. So anyway, Sandy has offered to donate some yarn. And I think that's incredibly generous of you, Sandy. And thank you so very much. So I will be linking Sandy, and it's not, and I haven't put this in here because I was thinking maybe I would not Not because I don't want Sandy to participate, because I love that Sandy wants to participate, and thank my subscribers with me and show me that generosity and show you that generosity. And I think it's fabulous that she wants to do that. But I was just kind of humbled that she kind of volunteered to do it. And I should have done this 2 weeks ago. But then I did get caught up with Billy's Beaches. So anyway, Sandy, thank you so very much. And it's just so generous of you. So anyway, we're adding to the 3K giveaway with some additional gifts from Sandy. And I appreciate that so very, very much. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. Please share this video. Share the 3K video. And definitely jump over to Sandy at Crochet Canada and thank her for her generosity. And watch her videos and subscribe to her channel. If you don't know her, she's wonderfully sweet. And she makes beautiful designs. And apparently she sells her patterns. I really didn't think that you did that. I don't know why, but I guess because you did the tutorials and I didn't think that you sold the patterns too. So anyway, go to her Etsy shop and click all of her stuff and buy something. So thanks again. And I will see you tomorrow for Tuesday's treats. Don't forget to watch last Tuesday treats. As of this morning, no one has claimed it. So you have till tomorrow. So get in there. Watch those Tuesday treats. Claim your videos. They're a 1 week flash video. If you don't claim it by the next Tuesday, it goes into the unclaimed prize bin that I'm going to do something with for Christmas. I got to come up with that real quick. Well, I kind of have, you know. Okay, anyway, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out. See ya. Bye.